Hello again, everyone. Senior Chief Meteorologist Rusty Lord here with an update on the forecast heading into the weekend. Got First Alert 6 weather day on the way for Saturday. That probably garners the most attention with any snowfall that we may have trying to move on through. So let's talk about what we get today and lead up to that as well and get you an idea of what we're looking at for this upcoming weekend. Right now, kind of gray out there, tough to warm up. That's going to be the story for a good chunk of the day today. We moved a degree or two. That's about it so far, with a north breeze keeping it cool. You can see air temperatures in the 20s, wind chills in the teens. That's pretty much the story here for a while. I think that's our day today, or will be temperatures in the 20s, wind chills in the teens. Any breath of wind is going to drop that wind chill back a decent amount. So right now, it looks like there's a fair amount of snow trying to stream in from the northwest, but that will not be the case today. We're mostly looking at just flurry activity, if any of this can make its way into our area. So we have quite a few clouds streaming in. A lot of this will struggle to work its way in. You can see as we zoom in a little bit closer, I wouldn't be surprised by anything more than just a dusting or some flurries out of this today. Just don't have quite what we need to get that rolling. You can see on the radar here, you got to go well to the west to get any of this to show up. By then, the radar beam is pretty high. So should fizzle as it moves closer. And you can see what that looks like on model data here, trying to stream in from the northwest. Models suggest that kind of picks up in intensity a little bit, but if it does, probably not a huge deal. Likely just trying to put a few scary snowflakes across our northern counties today. But the better chance is going to be on Saturday, the way it looks. So overnight tonight, after temperatures in the 20s will fall off into the teens, it's going to be a cold night tonight heading towards tomorrow morning. And now we got the next system that's got a little more to it, and it's not going to impact our entire area. Going to kind of graze the area for the most part. So right now, I think the best snow chances for the Omaha area are going to be very early in the window from 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. Got a 12-hour window to watch for snow tomorrow. I think Omaha and anybody on the southwest edge of this, looking at very early in that window, then a break with most of the snow staying just to the northeast, and then more trying to move in towards the end of that window. So First Alert 6 weather day for what I'm going to call on and off periods of dry, powdery snow likely before about 3 o'clock. Up to an inch possible in the metro, but it's going to be steadier and longer lived to the northeast. So areas around Tekamah, Audubon, Atlantic, Missouri Valley, you got a much better chance of getting steadier snow over a larger portion of the day. And therefore, it's going to add up more in those locations. Everybody gets the cold, though. The cold air will pour in Saturday night, and we'll see that add up, or see the temperature drop down to near zero or below for several locations. It all depends on how much snow you have. The thicker the snow cover, the colder it'll be. So, yeah, yesterday, if you were looking at some of the maps, we had up to 2 inches of snow. Now, latest models really drying up the southwest edge of this, and that was going to be the key to this one, I think, was figuring just how sharp the cutoff is on the southwest edge. So we'll go up to one or less over the area. You're probably going to be closer to 1 in the northeastern part of our view of the metro, and then much closer to 0 on the southwestern part. But heavier, steadier snow to the northeast. Any travel east on east to Des Moines tomorrow or north to Sioux City will have more and more snow the farther you head either direction. So that's why our northeastern corner likely catches the brunt of this one. But you can see this window, 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. Like I mentioned, anybody in this white shaded area here, you're going to be much more intermittent with the snow. And it might be closer to the start for a while and then closer to the end with a decent break in between. We're not looking at all day snow in the white shaded area. That's going to be steadier snow to the northeast where it will snow over a longer period in that 12-hour window. So the biggest takeaway I want you to take from this is it will not snow the entire time. It will be intermittent stuff, especially in the white shaded inch or less area. So, 1 second here. All right, so let's talk a little bit about what it looks like as this snow is moving through here. We're going to be cold on the backside of this system. You can see how the wind chills by the end of the day will dip down to near double digits below zero later on in the evening. So when our air temperatures keep falling, just enough wind to drive that wind chill down into the double digits below zero. But let's talk about just how that snow is going to move on through here. You can see 3, 4, 5 o'clock, you get the leading edge, the nose of this trying to move through. And then it sets up in our northeastern counties, and you can see how it just kind of hangs there with the steadiest snow in our northeastern counties. Whoops. Let's go back here. There we go. Snow starts earlier in the northeastern counties, sticks around longer, and adds up more. You can see by 8 o'clock, still mostly snowing to the northeast, and then another burst of it will drop down towards the tail end of that 3 a.m. to 3 p.m. window. So very early in the day, or very very late in the snow event is what we're looking at for mostly in the metro. And that's how we'll get our ½ to an inch in the metro. Heavier totals to the north. Notice by 3, it is pretty much done. And then the colder air starts to pour in. The clouds clear out. We'll dip to 4 below for the low by early on Sunday morning, then 21 for the high on Sunday. A lot of promise in the forecast if you want some warmth, though, beyond that. 40s and 50s. Yeah, a couple of 50s showing up in the 10-day. Wednesday's looking warmer. And Saturday is looking warmer. Far better weekend next weekend than what we're dealing with today. Or this weekend, I should say. Thursday's the one day next week that's trying to trend a little cooler. So we'll be keeping an eye on the forecast for next week and even beyond. Now we can look at the 8 to 14-day temperature outlook for the whole country. This is given to us by the Climate Prediction Center, and I see no reason to stray from this, just looking at things myself. I think the week leading up to Christmas is going to be pretty mild as well. A lot of warmer than average weather. So if you're hoping for a white Christmas, your odds are fairly low. If you're wanting some melting and drying and some warmer temperatures, you're going to get that over a large portion of the country. So that's the way it's looking longer term. We get past this weekend, there's a lot to look forward to. So get through the snow on Saturday, trending towards an inch or less in the metro and heavier amounts to the northeast. And then beyond that, it looks like it's going to warm up and do so in a hurry. So that's what we're watching. We'll go back to the snow map here, and I'll kind of leave you on this note. 1 to 3 inches of accumulation, 1 to 4 in some spots to the northeast, I should say. And anybody in the white shaded area gets intermittent snow. It's much steadier and adds up more to the northeast. So we're going to be live on midday here at 11 o'clock and talking about the latest look at model data and what it's showing us. But in the short term, we'll keep you updated later on today with Jade and then on Saturday with Jarrett.